Unlike some of the older gas hot water heaters that we've come accustomed to through the years, the newer hot water heaters are more efficient and a lot much safer than ever before. Before we get started, let's check out the informational tags on the side of the hot water heater. The 1-800 number to the manufacturer who makes the water heater, the size of water heater, type of water heater that we have, and any other information that we need for how to light the hot water heater. You will find that this information can and will come in handy. Now this is the new conversion kit that we're going to replace the old conversion kit with. It's important that you know that we called the 1-800 number on the tags, and the company was nice enough to send us a conversion kit out because the one that's in there has started to go bad and the warranty was not up yet. So this is the new conversion kit, and we're going to pull the old one out and we're going to put the new one in. So let's get started on replacing the conversion. And another thing, when there is a part that you need for your hot water heater and you can only get it from the manufacturer, usually they do send it overnight and you will have it the next day to get your project going, so that you're not without hot water too long. Now with that said, let's get back to work. Now you see here where the first thing we're doing is we're removing the thermocoupling. And now we're removing the supply tube that goes straight to the main burners. And now we're going to remove the tubing that goes to the pilot itself. Well, let's go ahead and get the igniter out of the way so that we can get our channel lock pliers in there. And now let's take the pilot tubing off. Now in most cases you do have hot water heaters, the newer ones anyway, that have this enclosure now. And I don't know if many of you remember the older hot water heaters that had the that it wasn't enclosed and you can go right to it and stick your hand in there and light it with a match, which was very dangerous. Now this is a lot safer. Now you only need a igniter to light it. And what we're doing here is we're taking a screwdriver to remove the enclosure kit. And on this, with this particular screwdriver, I'm using the nut driver part on it, not the flathead or the Allen wrench at all. Makes it a lot easier. Okay, now that we have everything disassembled, let's kind of wedge the conversion kit out of the older one. Okay, here you go. There's the main burner, the thermocoupling, and the pilot system. The main burner looks pretty rusted, but it's still in good shape. This is a better view of the system on the floor and out of the water heater itself. Now what we're going to do here is the new conversion kit did not come with a burner or an orifice. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this burner off of here, and we're going to use the orifice, because the new one that they sent us does not come with an orifice. And it's important that you remember that you have to replace that orifice and put a new one in there, or you will have problems. This is the orifice that you're looking at right now, which controls the flow of the gas, and that orifice can be made for natural gas or butane. It's important that you use the right orifice for the right gas. Make sure that you know the right type of gas that's coming into your house to operate your hot water heater or your furnace. Okay, here's a better look at the orifice. You can see what we're dealing with. It's just a little small brass nut with a hole, and that hole is designed for the type of gas that we're using on this hot water heater here itself. And what we're doing here is we're just going to take the orifice and screw it on into the manifold of the main burner. Now that we've got that done, we're going to take the main burner and reassemble it back to the main burner tubing line. Okay, now that we do have the main burner assembly together, let's look inside and see where we're going to slide the main burner in. If you can see real close and watch, you can see a little divot in there. Yeah, right there. That's where we're going to plant the tubing to the of the main burner too, and it should slide right up in there as long as we're going straight in line. And this is the igniter. It just pulls apart with the wire, so we're going to put the igniter and connect it to the newer burner. Okay, now we're going to slide the burners in here and the assembly all together. Installing the new assembly, be very careful that you don't bend the tubing too much where it would put a crimp in the line and restrict the gas flow. Make sure that the conversion kit is screwed down really tight so that we have a nice tight seal. And here we're going to start putting the pilot tubing in. And if you looked at that nut closely, I'll show it to you again. You see that it has a flaring piece at the end, similar to a ferrule, for those of you familiar with ferrules. And when we crank this down, that ferrule, flaring part at the top, will compress against the body of the valve and seal off any gas that might come out around the side of the tubing. And again, this is the tubing for the main burners. And we're going to get it on there nice and tight, snug. And the new thing about this conversion kit is it comes with a, I guess you would call it a safety switch for the thermocoupling. If the water heater was to get too hot or the burners up underneath, it would automatically cut the thermocoupling off, which would cause the pilot to go out, keeping you safe. And you notice on each side of this safety switch that we have here has 2 electrical outlets, because there is electricity going through the thermocoupling itself. Once the pilot is lit, it generates a small amount of electricity, and that is what keeps the pilot light lit. If you do have a hot water heater and the thermocoupling does go out, check the thermocoupling right here that we're tightening up right now. Sometimes if that's loose, you'll have a bad connection and you're not getting any kind of current, electrical current going through. So just make sure that's tight, and if it is, then your thermocoupling should continue to work. And here we go with the igniter. And we're going to connect it to the new wiring. And it just plugs right in. And as you can see, it's easily mounted on the side of the valve. Now we're connecting the wire leads. And this is another new feature that most people are not familiar with, is that small little white button right there. We're going to go ahead and continue to hook up the wire leads, and then we're going to show you this small white button that you can see. Small white button right here. And we're going to get a screwdriver so that you can see it, get a closer look at it. That small button, if your thermocoupling tends to keep going out, you may have to click that small button in to reset so that the pilot will continue to stay lit. This is a new feature that most people are not familiar with. And here we are, looking through the looking glass to check to see if we have ignition. Go. Now that the pilot light is lit, we're going to hold down on that red button on top for a minute. just long enough to heat it up to generate enough electricity to hold that pilot open. And here we are at the top. And now that we do have it lit, we're turning it on to the on position.